Bernie Dog here. So if you haven't ever seen these Phoebus 725 stoves out of Austria, you might want to give it a check out on eBay. They're pretty good stoves. They're white gas stoves, only white gas, and they're self-pressurizing. And they work really well. I also have a precise Phoenix stove, which is similar to the Phoebus. That's this one here, and it's made in Taiwan, and essentially it's the same stove, it's just a copy of the Phoebus. Now my Phoenix came without the flame plate, and you can see I have a piece of sheet metal in there that I started working on at one point to make a flame plate. Never finished that project. Now these aren't light stoves, and you know, the ultralight folks aren't going to enjoy them probably, but a lot of us who backpacked back in the day wouldn't be too overwhelmed by it. Let's take a weigh on these stoves and see how much they weigh. Looks like the stove in can weighs 2 pounds, 3.4 ounces. Or in grams, it's 1,004 grams. We'll open one up. They have the lid secured with this nifty little string, which can be both a good or bad thing. Here's one I have. Oh, come on, out. There we go. There you go. Okay, here's the tank-mounted heat shield. And, of course, then the windshield, which slips over the burner like this. These are a roarer burner from the factory. And they use this simple little roarer burner plate, which fits on here. I think it's made of stainless. And, yeah. And these are now available out of Asian countries as repos. Let's see if we can just remove one of our little legs. There you go. That's what it looks like without the heat shield, which is a nice thing to have though. All right. And it's a self-pressurizing stove. It has a safety release valve style cap in the Phoebus style right here with a plunger with a rubber seal inside there in case it overpressurizes. And this is what the stove looks like when it's brand new. By the way, these normally came with a bunch of spare parts. Here's some of my spare parts. It's an extra gasket and So here's the other Phoebus 725 I have, and it's missing the heat shield, but the labels are in better shape. And you can also tell the tank has suffered more burning from preheating probably. Now if you get one of these, it has a steel tank, so you may want to strip the old paint off and repaint it. VHT Engine Metallic is a good product for this. There's a very close color for it that they have available. It's SP402 Burnt Copper. Works really well. To give you an example, this is the color that I painted on this Phoebus 625, and the colors are pretty good, so I'd recommend that for using for this stove because the color is good and it's also heat resistant. I like to preheat these with denatured alcohol, although you could use the stove fuel. And light it up, and that will preheat this big brass burner here. It takes a minute or two for the alcohol to preheat the burner. There we go. Just the last little bit of the alcohol. Okay, the alcohol is finally going away. It's really coming into its own now. And there's our burner going. Yep, with the pot on, you can see you get a nice blue flame under there. Looks really good. Okay, so that was how the stove behaves as a roarer. And if you want the option to go silent, I have a product known as the Bernie Dog wide body cap. And it looks like this. This is one that's been used for a while, so it's lost all its, shininess. And that's what it sounds like when it's quiet. And it also gives you a better quality flame, in my opinion. And if you're very skilled, What you can't get with the flame plate is this low simmer. And it's still running. It actually is. That's how low the simmer is. That's pretty amazing. See, there it is. So that's the Phoebus 725 or the Precise Phoenix. Maybe you want to give it a try. They're pretty fun stoves. Thanks for watching. Please like, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring the bell down in the corner. Otherwise, you won't get notifications when I put up new videos. Have a good one.